My name's Maria Hewitt and I'm in my third year of my adult nursing degree. It's been problematic, I think, probably since my second year. I had COVID in the first part of the pandemic pre-vaccination, which affected my health and my course and my ability to do my academic and practice placements. And then I was just about getting ready to go back to do my final year in June, and I found I had triple negative breast cancer, which again was problematic. So yeah, it's taken an awful lot for me to come back and finish my degree, which I really, really wanted to do. So yeah. The uni have been amazing. I would also echo that communication is the key. When you're going through something like that, you can't cope with it on your own. You physically, mentally, emotionally haven't got the ability to do it. So you need your support network, you need your family and your friends, you need your lecturers to support you. And even if it's just chats about how you're getting on just day to day with normal basic things rather than academic things, that is really, really beneficial. And that is what really helped me. Well, I knew I was going to have a lot of chemo and an operation, so I decided to intercalate, which I did, and I got in touch and I filled in the paperwork on the system and got my intercalation done and dusted. And I talked to the uni about how I progressed from there and what I needed to do, basically. And they guided me through the whole process. I wasn't on my own. I was really good at communicating with them every stage of my treatment and what was going on. So they knew exactly where I was in my journey, as it were. I had counselling, and I have had a lot of good friends that have helped me through, and obviously family and even the lecturers who have supported me were there for me as well. So really I've had support from as well as sort of on placements and things. Everything's been done to support me to get back to where I was prior to diagnosis. I spoke to student finance and let them know what was going on, and just again communication really with them as to what I was going through and where I was, and that I was actually coming back to uni, but due to my health I didn't know obviously when that was going to be. So it was hard work, because obviously it's sorting things out, and when you're really quite poorly you don't really want to do that, but you have to, because it makes life easier in the long run, is what I would say to that. So yeah, it's a battle, but you have the support networks, and it's tapping into those networks and making the process work for you really, and help you in the best way that it can do. Um, I was quite lucky. I had some savings, um, but it was a challenge. But yeah, you just manage with what you've got at the end of the day, and you can. There's again the my statutory sick pay finished, so I went on to the next step, which again was difficult to organise because it was a lot of paperwork and doctors' confirmation letters and signatures and everything. But again, it helps you so that you haven't got that to worry about. So yeah, it's kind of learning what's out there and using it to support you as best as what you can, really. I asked to go back in July and do a placement to build my strength, because the chemo and the surgery had just, it just wasn't there. I just, yeah, the fatigue was enormous. So I went back to placement and I gradually built my hours up. And in my last placement, I got back up to working 12.5 hour shifts, which I won't say are easy. They're not easy anyway, but you find the way to cope with it, and you build your strength back up, and then you push yourself that little bit more when you feel able to do it, is what I would say. And that's what I did. And different things will work, but the team in practice were fabulous, and I went through occupational health and they advised what I needed to do. So it's your support networks and using them. But don't be afraid to ask for help if you get into placement and you think, I really can't do this today. You have your support networks there, and that's what I would say really. So yeah, it's making your journey work for you, but using the people that are around you to help you is what I would say. Communicate, ask for support, and don't be afraid to say when you're struggling and you're finding things hard. And I'm one of those people, I like to carry on and keep going with things, but sometimes you can't do that. So it's ask for help, speak to the people around you, and just yeah, use your support networks, because they're really, really important, and especially at a time like that. Well, I know an awful lot about oncology, but I think it will make me a more compassionate, understanding nurse with people who are going through difficult times, and it will improve my practice. And I can even see things in theory that we're doing, and I can relate it to what I went through, and so it draws links to what you're learning in placement and in theory.